I'll show you everyone. This is Armand Rose, always trying to bring you guys the truth. And then let's dive right into this. First, I would like to say this is not an attack on anyone. Personally, um, anybody that I know, this is just an observation. I don't want anyone to take offense to this. I want you to pay attention. I want you to listen. Um, and then let's go from there. Because one thing that I told you guys that we have to do is the mental health thing. We have to help each other. Um, Also, with that being said, we as Black people, as Africans, we focus on death and celebrate death way too much. Not in a way that's uplifting. Now, if it was an uplifting celebration of your ancestors and your loved ones, I would not be making this video. So please do not get in here and say, what about the celebration of the dead? Blah, 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 blah. Most of us Africans, especially here in America, we don't celebrate the celebration of the dead, the festival of the dead, giving honor and respect and actually having a party for people that have transitioned into the next situation. So it doesn't matter if, even if you believe, no matter what you believe in. And see, I want to make sure I'm clear with everybody. No matter what you believe in, no matter if you believe in yin and yang, no matter if you believe in light and dark, no matter if you believe in chakras, no matter if you believe in energy, no matter what you believe in, heaven or hell, no matter what you believe in, there has to be a balance. Okay? There has to be a balance. And I just want to paint this picture. So a loved one passes. I see the person, or I see people celebrate in a negative way that person's birth, that person's death. Now, most of the time, the death and the burial is two different dates, right? So you died a week ago, and the funeral is 2 to 3, even longer out. So you mourn the funeral. So you got the actual birth, the death, the funeral, their birthday. Yeah, every time their birthday come around, you know it's a sad event. And prior birthdays, it's just a bad event for you, and I understand that. Well, the birth, the death, the funeral. So let's go back. We already said that first. So holidays, Mother's Day, Father's Day. So that's 4. Um, uh, well, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving, um, the New Year, Valentine's Day. So the days that families gather. So that's right there is just like 8 examples throughout the year that you're mourning. And this is what I want to tell our people. This is what I want to get you guys to understand. And I've done videos similar to this. You got to get out that mourning phase and start celebrating, because if you're mourning, 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 that's 8 times out of the year that you're just mourning. And it's all kind of connected. You only get this much of space where you're just really trying to go on with your life and you're really not thinking about that. But people, the yin and yang about it, the light and dark about it, is you need to celebrate that person's existence more than mourn their death. You need to celebrate that person's existence more than mourn their death, or have an equal balance of mourning and celebrating. So you're here, your energy is here, not like this. You're getting into depression, you're getting into all these other things. If you just think about negative shit all the time, it affects you psychologically, it affects your health, It affects your overall well-being. Once again, um, this is not an opinion. This is something that I've researched and looked up. It's something that I see that we do way too much, family. Way too much. And I get it. I understand. I've lost loved ones, but I always try to celebrate them. I always try to think about them in a positive light. I always try to think about the good times. I don't. I might post. I'm okay. I might share a picture, but it's different with me. I might share a picture because I see it on my little timeline, and bam, share a picture of my grandmother, share a picture of my pops. But most of the time, I'm thinking positive things about them. I'm thinking about the conversations that we had. Um, I don't think everything is, once again, I don't think everything is for Facebook. So if you're just showing the negative and this is the negative light, then you could ignore this video. Uh, if you are out there doing positive things, making positive memories of your loved ones that have passed on to the next life, ignore this video. But if all you do is post mourning stuff, you're gonna be trapped in this vicious cycle that you'll never get to a point where you're comfortable with life and death. It's going to happen. It's coming. You know, and like I said, no matter what you believe, that energy is still there. That their essence is still there. So you're going to meet up again. Okay, you're going to meet up again. This is no religious. This is not about religion and all this other stuff. I I believe that you're going to meet up again. You might not meet up again. You might pass. You might hit the reset button, and then here it is. You might pass through this life again. You never know. We don't know. Nobody knows. You know. We've had little conversations about it. What goes on. In the afterlife, and what goes on when you pass. Is there another journey? Is there another level? Or are you caught in a vicious cycle? Whatever the case may be, like I said, whatever you believe, we got to get out of the funk of celebrating death so much that we're not thinking about the good and positive about that person's life, what that person did. If there's nothing good and positive about that person, maybe you should just keep on moving and living your life. Don't dwell on the past. Move forward. Okay. And like I said, this is not an attack on anybody. It's a family member, friend, otherwise. I want you guys to start celebrating the life of that person as much as you do the death. Hey, it's my mama birthday today. Man, we finna turn up for mama. Shot glass. This is for you, mama. I love you. Toast. Do a little simple toast for your mama. Hey man, lost my mama this time this year. But you know what? When they say pour it out for the homies, I'm gonna take a shot for my moms. Hey man, I do this all the time. I'll be walking around at the mall, especially the mall, and I'll see those fucking summer sausages, and I will. I know some of you guys probably even seen me post a picture of the little Hickory Farm stand, and I'll be like, man, I keep thinking about my pops because I think about it every time because he loves summer sausages. And when I see summer sausages, I'll celebrate that and share that and have good memories of my pops, my stepfather, not my biological, and not the nigga that I think is my biological. Neither one of them. My step pops out here in Vegas that was with my mom's for like 20 years, Leon Jackson. But I I think of him in a positive light when I see those summer sausages. Um, it's a lot of things that triggers me when I talk to when I think about my pops, but it's always in a positive manner. Now, do I get into a little funk every now and again and be like, man, I wanted to call him? Even Michelle, man, I picked up the phone, scrolling through saw my cousin's name, man, and was getting ready to call her, and I was like, ugh, shit. Do I think about him? Yeah, but I want to uplift him, man. And I'm not the one to live on regrets. Like I said, I wish that I lived closer to Michelle and my family in Louisiana and Texas. That I could have at least seen her more than what I did. I didn't see my cousin. Last time I saw her was at her father's funeral. So I would have loved to have been there and share some time with her and her children. Loved it. But, once again, I can't dwell on that. But all I can do is have those good memories, when they used to come down to Gina, when I used to go to Texas, when we used to go to the amusement parks. I think about all the good stuff. Think about her beautiful children. I think about all of that stuff, man. So my pops, same thing, man. I think about the conversations that he and I used to have. Just sit there and talk about religion, talk about all this stuff. You know, he was one of the ones that actually, when I was going through, you know, my transition, he was one of the guys that one of the people that I can actually talk to. And he was just like, keep doing it, keep going what you're going, keep. He's like, you're right, man. And he's like, oh shit, you're right, I see it. So, you know, like I said, man, it won't put you in a state of issues. You know, you don't want to be walking around here just moping and gloom over your head. You want to have that light over your head. You want to be, I mean, I don't know, and I'm not talking about fake. I'm not talking about faking the funk. See, this is what's wrong with us. See, a lot of us will say, "You don't know what's going on in my life, and my smile is fake," and people will get on there and applaud that shit. No, you need to de-energize. You need to shake some of that funk off, and you need to have some balance when it comes to any energy that you're putting out there. If you're putting out there just negative, 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 or if you're even putting out there positive, just a whole bunch of positive energy, it needs to still be a balance. I know it sounds weird. We're not talking about that today, but I know it sounds weird because a lot of people don't understand me because I put a lot of positive stuff out there, but don't fuck with me. I put a lot of positive stuff out there, but nigga, don't try me. I'm not who banging. I'm not talking all that crazy shit. I'm not trying to do all that. I'm not trying to do none of that crazy shit with you. But if you want to talk positive, let's talk positive. If you want to trip, I don't want to trip, but don't make me trip because you're not gonna win. That energy has to be leveled. So that's why I hit everybody with this. Maybe it's a little negative, maybe it's the truth, it hurts a little bit, but then I also talk about we need to come together, we have to uplift each other because that's the only way we're going to make it. But mentally, that's the only way you're going to survive this life and not attack your child, not attack your girlfriend, not attack your boyfriend because you got some blockage mentally going on because it's the anniversary of your grandmother's death. It's the anniversary of your father's death. It's the anniversary of somebody, and nobody can speak to you because you haven't dealt with those issues. Okay? So I just want to say this, family. We focus too much on death. We have to create a balance where we're thinking about that person's essence and the positive things that that person left, the memories, the love, the unconditional wisdom that they gave us, whatever it may be, family. I want to see that. And I'm not saying you don't have the right to mourn. I'm saying you have to have that balance. Let me mourn, but then let me uplift. Let me mourn and let me uplift. Let me celebrate. Let me mourn. Let me celebrate. Do you need a moment to go sit in the closet and cry? Go take that moment. It's healthy, family. But you know what's unhealthy is to go in that closet and cry. 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 And your eyes are all puffy. Your head hurt. You can't think straight. You're calling off work. You're not talking to your soulmate. You're not talking to your whoever in the house. You're not talking to your children. You're not doing the things that you should be doing with your children. You're just in the closet crying. And I'm not talking physically, I'm talking mentally. I'm talking about right here. You shut everything down and you're in there crying. And also physically. You go in there and you cry and you don't get any help. See, when you go, you're supposed to go in there and cry one time and then come out here and do something positive. Do something positive because that negative shit drains you. When you talk positive, the positive just fills you up like this. That negative shit would be like, woo. So positivity is like this. It's a drop here. It's a drop here. It's a drop. It's a drop. It's a drop. It's a drop. It takes a lot of positive energy to negate that negative energy because negative energy, it comes out so strong and so fast and so hard that it takes a lot of positive energy to delete that. So it's not even an equal thing. It's you need to be able to do this and this at the same time, but more positive stuff in your life. Yeah, I'm not saying don't address the negative shit. I've told y'all, I've said it, and I'm going to wrap this up. I've said it 1,000 times. I hate exposing conscious black people because they once were going a straight line. But, we have to know the real. We have to know it. So you have to expose those feelings. You have to say, hey, this is me. This is what I'm going through, but this is also what I'm going through. And I'm going to beat this. I'm going to handle this in a way that is healthy for me, not just cry, 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 cry. Okay? All right. I wanted to just share that with you guys, man. Stop celebrating death so much. Um, stop mourning death so much. Get out of that funk. If you can celebrate death, that's great. But stop mourning death so much and celebrate that person's essence just as much as you celebrate their death 8 times a year, 10 times a year. You mourning. I want to see you celebrating 20 times a year, 30 times a year, every other day, something positive about your loved one. All right? Go tip.